Good evening. I'm George Herbig, Chief Forecaster, here with Weather Now Kentucky. We do have an alert date out for tonight, of course, for South Central, and Eastern Kentucky. And we do have some activity starting to go underway on the radar here. So let's go ahead and pull up the radar here. You'll see the alerts in the bottom portion of your screen where the warnings are scrolling. We do have two current severe thunderstorm warnings that are out. I do want to warn you, we will not be live for the entire event tonight. We will only be live for increments. Our internet's performing pretty poorly out here tonight, but I will get to you updates, of course, as often as I can. And, of course, we'll be posting updates on Facebook and Twitter as well. So just make sure you're following on those. We are live on YouTube and Twitter right now, or our YouTube and Facebook right now, I should say. So far, the internet's holding good, but I anticipate it will drop at some point because, again, we've had internet issues all day today. So just wanted to put that out there. If we do lose internet, of course, we will be posting updates and, of course, all that good stuff as well. Make sure you're saying hello as you come in. Don't forget to share the broadcast. This is an alert broadcast. It is a live coverage of a severe event, so I hope that you share the broadcast. Help us get as many folks informed and up to date on what to expect. Okay, so if you missed our forecast video earlier today, of course, I will touch base very briefly on a lot of those things. But one second. Sorry, my brother walked in. Okay, so we have, again, the alert scrolling in the bottom there, and of course we have two severe warnings on the screen right now. We'll go over those, and then we'll start to kind of go over what to expect for tonight in case you missed any activity there. Let me pull up my chat real quickly. Thanks for the coverage. Of course. Okay, so our first severe warning is set over here for Dareville, just south of Russellville. It is for 60-mile-per-hour winds and about a little bit larger than quarter-sized hail there. No real rotation on this radar at the moment. That radar is back on live. Okay, I wanted to make sure of that real quickly. That is back up. We do see quite the width on that velocity there, so I'm actually going to check something real quickly. That might be... I'm looking for here we go. Yeah, a really solid hail core there with some nice downburst of winds occurring. You can see some of the purple showing up on the radar if I zoom in real closely. But overall, nothing too crazy there. Perhaps some nice hail just to the north of whatever in the world that name is right there. Just north of Highway 663 there. Nice little hail core. You can see that actually identified by the yellow arrow on the WeatherWise radar there. Let's scroll back out and look over here at this warning that we have active now for Campton and Hazel Green out of the National Weather Service office in Jackson. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour wind and probably dime-sized hail. Let's go ahead and look at the velocity there where we see a little bit more of a spike. So I want to point out something real quickly. So we see a bit more of a spike there on that warning. This is where, in eastern Kentucky, by the way, let me zoom out. This is where we expect a little bit more of the activity to occur. If you missed our forecast earlier, let me pull it back up here. This is the forecast we made this morning. We're kind of sticking with it. I'm not going to zoom out all the way. I know it kind of looks funky on the screen because I have zoomed in. But you'll see that orange and yellow over here to the eastern portion of the state is where we had a bit more of the prime area, if you will. And if you look on the radar here, that's where probably one of the more significant wind warnings are. Again, it's still for 60 mile per hour, but it could tend to go up a little bit. But again, that eastern portion of the state, I just wanted to show you, it's been kind of our bullseye. I do want to point out real quickly, we do have, in case you missed the post, we do have a severe thunderstorm watch out. Let me go ahead and turn that back on real quickly for you. Boom, boom, boom. Severe thunderstorm watch out here for South Central and Eastern Kentucky. I do not expect this to be moved anywhere else. Okay, these storms are moving left to right, west to east, which means that the storm line is already sparking here. You can see where the storm line is if you kind of connect the dots with your imagination there, right? And that's going to move left to right or west to east. It's not going to suddenly go back toward Owensboro or suddenly jump back toward Madisonville. This is going to be your only severe zone for the night. So if you're not, the real simple way to look at tonight, guys, if you're not in yellow, you really don't have a whole lot to worry about, okay? Really, just truly not a whole lot to worry about. And if you look at that watch zone and look at our forecast, it's right there. It's right there. Right where our orange zone is to the top of the yellow zone, just below Lexington, just including Moorhead, just below Bowling Green. If you look at the watch right now, that's exactly where the watch is at. So the forecast is probably one of the better forecasts we've made in a long time. Really, I mean, I guess kind of the only forecast we've made in a long time. It's been a while since we've had a severe weather event. But again, everything that we've said for the last 36 hours, if you've seen any of our videos or posts, is still kind of on par with what to expect for tonight. So if you're not in yellow, don't really have anything to worry about. You're not going to suddenly be in that watch, okay? So again, if you're just now hopping in here on the broadcast, I see some new faces coming in. First of all, thank you. Welcome in. I'm George Herbig, Chief Forecaster here with Weather Now Kentucky. Don't forget to share the broadcast. I would appreciate that. But again, if you're in the yellow zone, that's where the severe thunderstorm watch is at. That's the only place I expect it to be. I don't expect it to suddenly jump toward Eattown or Louisville, Lexington, Madisonville, Owensboro, Paducah. It's not going to do that tonight. We have one line here that's going to be severe. It's this line right here. Once that's out, some backside rain will come through the area, through almost the entire state overnight going into Saturday morning. That's not going to be severe. So this is it right here. It's just now starting, and it will move west to east, so really only impacting one portion of the state, which is the south central, southeastern portion of the state. We do currently have 2 warnings active, again, up here for Campton and Hazel Green. That's for 60-mile-per-hour winds, as well as your warning down here for Franklin. I'm going to go ahead and turn the watch off now. By the way, if you did miss the watch or want to see it again, we have it posted to our Twitter and our Facebook. We do have a third severe warning now being issued, and this is going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size tail once again. Of course, some nice wind bursts there where you're seeing the bright kind of white and blue show up. That's where you're seeing some of those wind bursts occurring there. And again, over here toward Franklin, Kentucky, not really seeing the wind burst there, but what we're seeing over here is that the storms are a bit elevated, so they're producing a little bit more hail. So your western side of the line right now toward Franklin and Adairville, Kentucky, out in the south central portion of the state, that's producing hail. Over here and toward the eastern portion of the state, it's producing a little bit of hail, but mainly more winds occurring with that. Again, mainly more winds over here just west of Beattyville, just near Campton, Kentucky. And again, if you look at the bottom portion of your screen, you'll see those warnings are scrolling there live with you guys. I'll get to a few questions right now, but again, forecast is pretty spot on so far. Well, good thing is a lot of this is south of Bowling Green, so Bowling Green itself is going to be fine. You can see this is going to miss Bowling Green. It might get clipped on the southern side by a little bit of heavier rainfall for a brief moment, but for the events of Bowling Green tonight, not really expecting too many impacts on that. What's all the red on McGoffin County? That is going to be just some heavier rainfall. This map right here just reflects heavier rainfall, or maybe a little bit of hail that's occurring if you get some of the purple showing up, like over here toward Liberty. Where's that live cam map? I need to put that on there real quickly. It is in Elizabethtown. It's on I-65 looking to the south. Did I not already have that in there? I don't. I'll fix that at some point. I'm also going to bring the clock. Where should I put this clock at? I'm thinking right there, just right there for now. It didn't look good up there in the top corner. Just going to do a quick velocity scan real quickly, make sure nothing's going on. Thank you guys for all the shares and likes. By the way, I'm seeing all the names pop up on the stream. Thank you very much. By the way, I want to remind everyone that may just be tuning in here. The stream might drop at some point because the internet's not been all that great today. For now, it's probably the best it's been in 2 weeks. So we're just going to knock on wood and hope it stays. Also, I don't think the severe window is going to be open for the next 6 hours and 25 minutes, by the way. I know the watch goes until 1 a.m. Eastern time. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think you're going to see as this line pushes through. So again, if you're just not tuning in here or missed the post earlier, I want to put this watch back up here for you real quickly. Let's turn off the radar for just a second. Okay. And again, this is the current watch that we have out right now for the National Weather Service. Again, I think as that line moves through, you're going to see counties being, well, what I should say is that you should start seeing counties being dropped off after the line pushes through. I don't think you're going to see too many too many counties in this for too long. Again, it's just this one line here that's going to be severe. There's might be some backup, like backside cells to this that may have a small, like very long shot at being severe. But again, this is really the main stuff here. So if you're not already in yellow, you have about a 98.88888% chance that you're not going to be included in any severe threat. Greg, I appreciate that. Will you get anything in the Lexington and Paris area? I think you're probably going to miss out on this round. As you can see, you're not included in yellow, but you might see some overnight rain, probably about a quarter inch or so. Yeah, the Louisville game will be comfortable tonight. It'll be clear. Actually, the cold front should already be approaching that. Let me look that up. The cold front, yeah, the cold front's already approaching that. You can see the temperature in Louisville is in the upper 70s, whereas the temperature down here in southern Kentucky is still in the mid 80s. So the cold front's already approaching Louisville a little bit. This won't start to weaken Kale until it gets out of Kentucky. The reason this one's not really dependent upon the sunshine, as we usually see in like the spring or the winter, is because this is attached to a cold front moving into a moist environment. So it has its own forcing. It has its own energy, really. As a matter of fact, it's just been so warm today and just got muggy enough that it doesn't really depend on the sunshine. I'm going to move these alerts too. That looks weird in that location. We're going to go... Where should we put these alerts at? I'm going to put them in top right for now. See how that works out. By the way, if you are just now tuning in here, again, just to recap, we do have Campton and Hazel Green under that severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds, as well as Beattyville in that severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then, of course, down here in Franklin, Kentucky, that severe thunderstorm warning still exists. At Dareville, you might as well just think it's already passed you, so you're good. But at Franklin, still 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail there. If you click on the watch area, it tells us that there's a 10% chance of a tornado occurring, 60% chance of wind occurring, a 40% chance of hail occurring, and a 90% chance of any of the combination of the following occurring, which is likely going to be wind and hail. So again, this tells you that this is mainly going to be a wind and hail event. Very low chances at tornadic activity. But it's still there, so we keep an eye on it. Yeah, Tabitha, just keep checking in and we'll keep you up to date. I want to refresh these alerts so you can see the actual warning area again. There you go. Sometimes I forget about our live radar screen. I always just go to the main screen. Let's do another little sweep here. Yeah, nothing too crazy out there right now. Most of these look like marginal storms, which is good. I was looking over the current analysis. I know this looks kind of crazy here, but I was looking over the current analysis, and there's really not a whole lot of helicity to work with. I know it's kind of a fancy term, but there's not really a whole lot of helicity, and even the shear is pretty much on the weaker side. Oh, someone sent 50 stars. Tabitha, thank you for the 50 stars. I appreciate that. But again, it's a marginal severe weather event. Again, like I said earlier on the broadcast, if this was springtime or fall, whenever we expect a little bit more severe weather, we probably wouldn't be talking about this one a whole lot. The fact that this one's on a Friday night where a lot of football games are going on and it's the first organized event in a couple of months, that's why it's getting a little bit more of a highlight than you would usually see. We got a little gust front happening here, so heads up toward Jackson and Boonville, Kentucky. A little bit of a gust front here. This is nothing crazy, but you're actually going to feel the winds before the storm gets there. So just a heads up, you're going to see some rowdy winds in about 20 minutes or so. The Reds game just started. That's such a waste of time. Just logged in. How's Bowling Green? Going to miss you. This round's going to miss you. Paintsville, Kentucky, you'll see these couple of severe warning cells. Probably, how fast is this moving? Let's do a little bit of math here. This is moving at a speed of about 37 miles per hour. Let's use the new WeatherWise measuring tool here. Got 41 miles to go, so probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours or so. You'll see that there. How do I clear off the measuring tool? Okay, there we go. I do not cover Virginia, my friend. Again, for those of I've seen a lot of new faces come in, I just want to remind everyone once more. Take a look at this severe thunderstorm watch. If you are in yellow, then you need to pay attention tonight. If you are not in yellow, there is no need for you to be concerned at all. This line is going to miss you. This is not going to be one of those multiple round events. There's pretty much just one line, or these groups of cells, if you will, that are in front. Anything behind these storms are not going to be severe because this line is going to do a great job at working over the environment. So again, the overnight showers that we're expecting to see until Saturday morning around lunchtime or so, those will likely not be severe. It's pretty much just this group here. So if you're in yellow, make sure you kind of just pay attention to throughout the night here. And again, it's not a high end event, folks. It's not going to be anything that's going to blow your socks off. But again, just something to keep an eye on. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts are your main risk. Quarter-sized tail is your secondary risk. And there is a very low shot at 1 to 2 isolated, brief, weak tornadoes, if you will. But again, if you are in yellow, you're in the severe threat. If you're not in yellow, you're good to go. So again, anybody asking about locations, that's what you're gonna get. That's the answer you're gonna get no matter where you're asking. If you're in yellow, you got something to worry about. Just keep an eye on things tonight. If you're not in yellow, you're good to go. Hang out for the night, relax, have a good Friday night. So again, not going to answer every single individual location question because this one's a pretty simple one here. In yellow, watch. If not in yellow, go to bed or eat dinner or have fun or watch football, whatever it might be. I need to restart. The camera's frozen. Not mine, but the traffic cam is frozen. So let's go ahead and restart that. That camera loves to freeze. That's really no surprise to me. One of the Gingerbread Festival later tonight, about an hour or so, Knott County. A good idea or not? Well, again, Jeff, if you are in yellow, probably not a good idea. If not, you're good to go. Again, no severe weather expected tomorrow. Just some rain showers up until around lunchtime or so for many folks. No severe weather expected tomorrow. This weekend's going to be beautiful. The start of next week is going to be beautiful as well. Okay, my severe weather watch just went away. Fine. By the way, if you need to see that severe thunderstorm watch again, it is posted. It's already been posted to our Twitter and Facebook, so you can go check that out there if you want. Wow, I'm really surprised the stream is holding on. We're on the secondary node holding the internet. Yeah. I don't know how it's holding, but it's holding. Thanks, Caitlin. Radcliffe's not anywhere near that watch, so you're good to go. Again, guys, go check the post that we made on the page. If you're in that yellow zone from the severe weather watch, of course, that's the people that need to pay attention. If you're not in that, go enjoy some football or whatever it is that you're doing on this Friday night. I know there's a lot of events happening. Go have some fun. You don't need to hang out in here unless you just want to see my face. We do currently have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings, all for 60-mile-per-hour winds and about dime to quarter-sized hail. Again, that's going to be for Campton, Hazel Green, Beattyville, as well as Franklin. Probably give it about 5 more minutes, and then we'll wrap up this broadcast. I don't want to push the internet too hard here. Then when things start popping off again, we'll come back. And of course, if there's any tornado warnings or any damaging or critical severe thunderstorm warnings, we'll be back. But right now, all of these warnings are pretty marginal. Ashland, Kentucky was not included in that severe weather watch, so again, you're good to go. So again, if you're not included in that severe thunderstorm watch that we posted onto our page, or that you see here, I'm going to pull it up again, you are good to go. If you're in that severe weather watch, the main risk that you're going to see tonight is 60-mile-per-hour winds. And that's about it for most of you. An isolated shot at a tornado or two, but I really don't see a whole lot of that happening because we just don't have a whole lot of spin in the atmosphere. And then, of course, hail is another threat as well. Kale, I hope I'm saying the name correctly, or Kaylee. I have no idea. But thank you for your 200 stars. I appreciate that. We love you. Thanks for all you do, buddy. I appreciate that, Nicole. You have a good one. What about outside of the watch? Again, outside of the watch is going to be an area that's not under any sort of concern for the night. Pikeville's under that watch till 1 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you keep an eye out on things. And again, if you can't read the map that's on the page there, if you know what county you're in, on the bottom there, it's going to scroll here in a few moments. There it goes, severe thunderstorm watch. You can read the counties right there. So you'll know exactly if your county's included or not. If you don't see your county listed on the bottom, you're not included in that severe watch. You don't have anything to worry about. So just check the bottom of the screen as it scrolls through there. You'll see those counties rolling through. Dude, I am sore today for whatever reason. Again, all those folks asking about counties and what to expect. Again, just want to reiterate, look at the bottom of the screen there. If you see your county, you have a severe weather watch active. If you don't see your county, you do not have a watch active and you have no concern. Check the bottom of that screen as it scrolls through there. You'll see the counties listed. How's the new building coming along? It's doing pretty good. We got some more stuff to add as it comes in from Amazon and other sources, but for right now, it's holding up well. There was a lot of echo on the first stream I did in here, so I threw up some covers and stuff and try to absorb some of the sound so it didn't bounce off the walls as much. But it's going pretty well. I did not see Warren County. I don't see anyone being added to the watch. That's why I'm saying if you're not in that watch, you're pretty good to go. I appreciate that, Timothy. I got you guys. Caitlin, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Moorhead, Kentucky's not included in that watch. So I wouldn't really be too worried. The image with the times, yeah, I got you in just a second. Someone asked about Wayne County once. I saw it, 4 or 5 times. Once again, you are listed in that watch, so you definitely need to keep an eye on things tonight. Again, main mode for anyone in that watch is going to be 60-mile-per-hour winds or so. Here is that map that person asked for. Let me go ahead and pull it up here. And of course, it's not there, so let's just do this. Here are the time frames expected tonight. The radar woke up at almost 6 o'clock exactly, so actually like about 5:30 or so. So the time frames are pretty spot on. The map so far is pretty spot on. It almost matches exactly. If you look at the yellow and orange, it almost matches exactly of what the watch looks like. So I feel like the forecast is doing really well. Mason, would you mind throwing me a water if you don't mind? Is Wendy not here yet? Oh, sure, Kim and gone. I didn't even hear. There are the top frames, by the way. That map is posted on our page, so you can go check that out whenever you would like. I got slick hands right now. Hardin County is not included in that watch, so again, you're good to go. No, Nelson County is not included in that either, so you're good to go. Yeah, Mason. I mean, the SPC maps at this point don't really matter. The event's already starting. That's what I tell folks. Once the event starts, the SPC maps, they don't really matter as much. Again, for everyone asking about counties, please pay attention to the bottom portion of the screen there. If you see the count, well, now it's not rolling, so let's just check that out. Make sure, refresh that. There we go. Check the bottom of the screen there. Eventually, in the next couple of moments, the Severe Thunderstorm Watch counties will be shown. If you see your county listed, you have to pay attention, of course, to the radar tonight. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts being the main risk. If you don't see your county listed, that means you're not in the watch and you don't have any concern at all. Here goes the counties now. Scrolling at the bottom there. So again, look for your county. If you don't see your county listed, you're good to go. If you see your county listed, you got a severe worst tonight. London and Corbin's obviously in that watch, so you got to keep an eye on things. McKee County is not in that watch, so you're good to go. Haley, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Have a good night. This one's a pretty simple one, guys. That's why I'm not really going into the whole, what's happening in my backyard thing. This one's very simple tonight. If you're in that severe weather watch right now, your main risk is 60-mile-per-hour wind gust. Isolated, very, very isolated shot, long shot at a tornado or two. And then, of course, some hail might be involved as well. This watch will likely not be expanded because this is the only real group of storms to be worried about. We will have rain showers overnight going into Saturday morning on the backside, going pretty much all the way across Kentucky eventually. Those will not be severe. Well, yeah, Glasgow, once this cell kind of passes you here, I mean, it goes to your south anyway, you're likely going to be dropped soon after. Probably within the next couple of hours, if I had to guess. Jamie, thank you for your 99 stars. I appreciate you, my friend. These storms are all going pretty much west to east, so almost exactly left to right. McLean County's in that watch, I believe. So again, make sure you're just paying attention. Again, the answer is going to be the same for everyone that's in the watch and the same for everyone that's outside of the watch. The severe portion will last until these groups of storms exit Kentucky. Probably the next 3 to 4 hours. Maybe a smidge longer. All right, that's going to do it for this broadcast here. I just wanted to go live, kind of update you on what we're looking at right now. Right now, there's nothing absolutely life-threatening on the radar, so we're going to take a break here. Again, I don't want to push the internet too hard. Our internet's been acting pretty poorly today. Last couple of days, really. Yes, Winter Franklin will come to McCreary. But again, overall, guys, everyone take a deep breath. This is not a big event here. Again, if this was happening in the springtime, we probably wouldn't be talking about this too much. It's on the lower scale of things. But since this is the first organized threat in a couple of months, and it's on a Friday night, you're going to see a little bit more talk and action around it. If anything life-threatening arises or any tornado warnings get issued or any new clusters of warnings get issued, we'll come back live here with you and talk with you about it again. But again, guys, if it's very simple tonight. If you're in yellow, if you're in the watch, you got a severe threat. If you're not in yellow and you're not in the watch, you don't really have a severe threat. Okay, so it's as simple as that. This one's it's an easy one tonight. Okay, we do expect some rain showers, thunder showers overnight, starting around 1 to 2 a.m., starting in West Kentucky, moving east throughout the day on Saturday. Again, those will not be severe, and most folks will be clear right by around lunchtime on Saturday, and then we'll move into a pretty beautiful weekend. So, again, no one needs to freak out about this tonight. We'll keep you guys posted. I'll put a radar post out here in a few moments. And, of course, if anything really new or dangerous arises, we will be back with you guys. So I'm George Herbert, Chief Forecaster here with Weather Now Kentucky. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys.